Hi there, and welcome to part one of my compilation of Africa's top 10 most powerful women of 2020, as adapted from a Forbes Africa article published in March. The title of this article is Africa's 50 Most Powerful Women, and it was written by Larato Mokhatle. The link to the article will be in the description below. In part one of the countdown, we will be counting from 5 to 1, and part two will be 10 to 6. Please note that this list is not in order of hierarchy or assumed importance, but rather just a compilation of 10 of the women that I think are amazing from this list, that I will try my best to explain my admiration for them as I discuss them. And if you're wondering what the point of this video is, it's self-education, hopefully your education and a little bit of recognition of Black African excellence. Basically, celebrating Black Africans and their excellence. For the month of August, the focus will be on the feminine gender, with every video celebrating Black African women. And to all the women in South Africa, a very happy Women's Month. And of course, this is extended to all the beautiful women of Africa. With that said, let's start with the list. At number 5 is easily one of my favorite women on this list, Professor Thuli Nomkhosi Madonsela, just because I know a little bit more about her than any of the other ladies on this list. Professor Madonsela is better known for her role as public prosecutor of South Africa between 2009 and 2016. This highly accomplished 58-year-old social justice warrior is currently the Law Trust Chair in Social Justice in the Faculty of Law at the Stellenbosch University. She was born in the city of Gold, which is Johannesburg, but grew up in Soweto, also known as the Southwestern Townships. After completing her high school education in Swaziland, she went on to work as an assistant teacher and then a legal and education officer at the Paper, Printing, Wood and Allied Workers Union while she studied towards her Bachelor of Arts in Law. Professor Madonsela completed her LLB, or her Bachelor of Law degree, from the University of the Witwatersrand in 1990, and in 1992 she joined the Center for Applied Legal Studies at the Witwatersrand as a Ford Foundation intern and moved on to the center's Gender Research Project from 1993. She worked with women in trade unions and regarding constitutional matters. She selflessly passed on an opportunity to take up a Harvard scholarship to contribute to what is considered one of the best constitutions in the world, the 1996 South African Constitution, as a technical advisor under the theme committees of Constitutional Assembly. Professor Madonsela has been involved in a variety of projects where she has worked closely with the Department of Justice and was involved in the Justice Vision 2000, the National Action Plan of South Africa on the promotion of protection of human rights, the promotion of equality, and the prevention of unfair discrimination, as well as the Employment Equity Act and the Local Government Transition Act. She was appointed to the position of public protector by former President Jacob Zuma, who said that the prosecutor would have to carry out the mandate of the office, and I quote, without fear or favor, something she did very well in her role as public protector. Because her office was responsible for investigating the president who appointed her, former President Jacob G. Zuma, who was implicated in cases relating to state capture and the misappropriation of funds and taxpayers' monies. Her trailblazing career has spanned She holds an honorary doctorate from the Northwest University of South Africa. She was recognized as BBC's Top 100 Woman. She received the F.W. de Klerk Goodwill Award. She was Forbes Africa Person of the Year in 2016, the German African Prize. She received honorary awards from the Stellenbosch University, the University of Cape Town, Rhodes University, and the University of Fort Hare. Times Magazine recognized her as one of the most influential people in the world. In the Leaders category, she was African News Network 7 South African of the Year in 2014. She was named in Glamour Woman of the Year Award and Woman of Courage for the same year. She received the Transparency International Integrity Award, and the Daily Maverick also named her South African Person of the Year in 2011. My favorite act from Advocate Madonsela is her passing up of a Harvard education in order to contribute to South Africa's constitution. This speaks to her character of excellence and having the foresight to recognize the importance of being part of the development of such an amazing constitution. At number 4 of this list is Dr. Fatau B Bedsouda from Banjul, the capital city of the Gambia, a West African country. Dr. Bedsouda is a 59-year-old force of a human who is the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court and the first woman to hold this position. Dr. Bedsouda completed both her primary and secondary education in the Gambia and went on to study a Bachelor of Law degree at the University of Nigeria. She completed her master's study at the Malta International Maritime Law Institute, and in 2017, Dr. Bedsouda received an honorary Doctorate of Law degree from the University of Dundee in the UK. She has held roles including Senior State Counsel, Principal State Counsel, Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Solicitor General, Legal Secretary, Attorney General, Minister of Justice, Chief Legal Advisor to the President and the Cabinet of Gambia. She also worked at the United Nations International Criminal Tribunal of Rwanda as a legal advisor and trial attorney, and then later assuming the role of senior legal advisor and head of the Legacy Advisory Unit. She then joined the International Criminal Court as the first deputy prosecutor and was a delegate involved in the meetings of the Preparatory Commission of the ICC. She was named as one of 50 African women who advanced the African continent in 2014, and in 2015 by Jeune Afrique. She was named most influential African by the New African magazine and as one of the leading global thinkers in 2013 by Foreign Policy. She received an American Society of International Law's Honorary Membership Award in 2014 and the 35th Peace Prize laureate by the UN Association of Spain in 2015, as well as the Paris Elite Award also in 2015. She was one of Times Magazine 100 Most Influential People in the World. In 2012, she was awarded with the World Peace Through Law Award by the Whitney Harris World Law Institute and received the ICJ International Justice Award in 2009. Dr. Bedsouda used to sneak into courtrooms when she was younger to watch court proceedings, particularly where women were involved, where she recognized the injustices of justice for women, and in her words, and I quote, "I did not seem to feel that they were receiving the protective embrace of the law." This is when she knew that she wanted to fight for justice. And at number 3 of this list is Ethiopia's first woman president, Dr. Zweide. President and Dr. Zweide was born in Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia, and is only 70 years old. She completed her primary and high school career in Addis Ababa and went on to study natural sciences at the University of Montpellier in France. She speaks Amharic, English, French, and lingua franca. President and Dr. Zweide has worked in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and was Ethiopia's ambassador to Senegal, Djibouti, and France for close to 20 years. Was named Woman of the Year in 2018 by One. She was the 93rd most powerful woman in the world in 2019, according to Forbes, and she has been credited for attaining the role of president as an independent candidate, proving women are capable of great things even today. My favorite of her quotes that definitely resonates is where she says that if the history of Africa was written by Africans and by women Africans, then we would find many unsung heroes, but that is not enough. As I'm sure you can attest that a disproportionate number of African stories are either not recorded or recorded from a non-African point of view, and this, as history has proven, presents our stories inaccurately. President and Dr. Zweide is a modern-day superhuman who continues to prove the excellence of Africans and the strength of African women. to the first female president in Africa is our number 2 of this list, former President Ellen Eugenia Johnson Sirleaf. She is 82 years old and from Liberia, but is better known as the Iron Lady. She is of Gola and German heritage, with her grandfather being the first indigenous Liberian to sit in the national legislature and her grandmother being a traditional chief. She attended schooling at the College of West Africa in Monrovia, Liberia. Former President Sirleaf studied economics and business administration at Madison College in the US, as well as a master's degree in public administration from the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. She has over 15 honorary doctorates from universities all over the world, some of them being Tilburg University in the Netherlands, the Nigerian Defense Academy, Harvard University, Rutgers University, Yale University, Georgetown Universities, and many more. Her career in politics started when she was an assistant minister of finance and then later became finance minister under Samuel Doe's military dictatorship. She was imprisoned twice during Doe's regime and was almost executed. She campaigned for a seat in the Senate in 1985 and criticized the military government, and then was again arrested and given a 10-year jail sentence. She was, however, allowed to leave the country after serving a short period of her sentence. Former President Sirleaf spent her time exiled between Kenya and the United States and became an influential economist for the World Bank, Citibank, and other international financial institutions. Director of the Regional Bureau for Africa of the United Nations Development Programme, and in 1997 she again ran for presidency and came in at second place after Charles Taylor and had to return to exile when she was charged with treason. She returned to Liberia in 2003 and assumed the role of chair to the Commission on Good Governance that was responsible for overseeing the preparations for the democratic election. Again, in 2005, she ran for presidency and came second in the first round of voting and then winning the runoff elections. She was sworn in as president of Liberia in January 2006. With her being the money-savvy woman that she is, she managed to get Liberia's debt ameliorated, leaving Liberia debt-free as of late 2010, and also securing millions of dollars in foreign investment. In 2006, she established a Truth and Reconciliation Committee mandated with investigating corruption and the healing of ethnic tension, but was later mentioned in the report by the Truth and Reconciliation Committee for having supported warring factions during the Liberian Civil War. She also created an anti-corruption commission in 2008, and in 2011 she won the elections again, although her term in office was now marred by nepotism linked to her children. And in 2018 she was expelled from her political party for allegedly supporting her previous opponent. She received a gold medal from the President of the Italian Republic in 2006, the African Prize for Leadership for Sustainable End of Hunger, a National Reconciliation Award, an International Woman of the Year, and International Republican Institute Freedom Award. In 2007, she received the National Democratic Institute Harriman Award, Bishop T. Walker Humanitarian Award, and she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the United States' highest civil award. In 2008, she received a Golden Plate Award, an International Women's Leadership Award, International Crisis Group Fred Curry Award for the Prevention of a Deadly Crisis, the James and Eunice K. Matthews Bridge Building Award, an American Academy of Achievement Golden Plate Award. She was named by Newsweek magazine as one of the world's top 10 leaders in 2010, one of Time magazine's top 10 female leaders, and she was also one of 6 Women of the Year by Glamour magazine. She received the Friend of the Media Award, the African Gender Award, and was the Nobel Peace Prize laureate. In 2012, she was appointed co-chair of the United Nations Secretary-General's high-level panel of eminent persons on the post-2015 development agenda. She received the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament, and Development and was ranked among the top 100 most powerful women in the world. She also had another first to add to her title as the first female chairperson of the Economic Community of West Africa state in 2016. She was later, in 2017, awarded the Mo Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership. At number one of this list, although again not in order of hierarchy, is well fitting to Chief Teresa Kachindamoto of the Dedza district in Malawi. The 61-year-old force of a human is part of the Chewa tribe and the youngest of 12 siblings born into chieftaincy. As the daughter of a chief, Teresa was homeschooled well into her teens and then went on to attend Zomba Theological College in a neighboring district. She worked as a secretary at the City College in Zomba for 27 years when she got news to return to Matakataka near Monkey Bay in Dedza district to assume her role as senior chief following the passing of her brother. Chief Teresa is better known for her no-nonsense stance on child marriages, having mandated all village headsmen with the signing and enforcing of an agreement to abolish child marriages and annul existing marriages. In just 5 years, Chief Teresa had annulled child marriages and had stripped 5 village headsmen and 2 village headswomen of their titles for not complying with her mandate. However, their titles were restored once they complied. Chief Teresa is also responsible for the banning of cleansing rituals where sexually abusive traditions are perpetuated through culture and traditional customs. Here, the girls who are destined for marriage are reportedly taught how to please a man through sexual acts and dances. However, in order for some of them to graduate, the girls would have to allegedly have sex with the teachers, and if they were lucky enough to go home unharmed by the teachers, then they were preyed on by local men hired by parents to take their girls' virginity. But if that wasn't enough of an effort at healing her community, Chief Teresa is an advocate for education and believes that both girls and boys should remain in school. She particularly advocates girl children to complete schooling in hopes that education will afford them better futures and promotes sports as a catalyst for healing. As senior chief, Chief Teresa has informal authority over 550 villages and just under 1 million Malawians. Chief Teresa is further noted as being humble and does not own a car, making her more accessible, a trait not necessarily associated with royalty, and even though she was dismantling traditions practiced for years, she, from what I gather, did it with great care as to not disrespect or disregard her own people's beliefs. She has also established a sort of neighborhood watch called Secret Parents who make sure that other parents in the village keep children in school and do not engage in child marriages, nor are the girls sent to initiation schools. As a female chief in a predominantly patriarchal Malawi, Chief Teresa has been threatened with death and has responded with an invite for whomever who wants to kill her to do just that, as that would be the only way to stop her from protecting her girls. She truly follows through in her beliefs and sought out to change the country's constitution that had no provision for the protection of children's rights. She takes part in door-to-door campaigns amongst other activist activities, and in 2015 the Malawian parliament passed a law that banned marriages before the age of 18, an age she would like to be increased to 21. And as for her awards, Chief Teresa was the recipient of the 2016 International Heart Dink Award and the Jesse Helen Kalisha Humanitarian Award. In 2017, she received a Leadership in Public Life Award on International Women's Day, and in the same year, she received the New African Woman in Civil Society Award. Chief Teresa's work is being replicated by UNICEF towards other traditional leaders, and she definitely lives up to her last name, which translates to "do not mess with fire" in Chichewa. These are truly powerful Black African women who make me so proud to be a woman and even prouder to be an African woman. I hope you've learned a little something today and hope you've gained a bit of pride in being African. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.